We got Kyle in New York City, or not New York City, but just Kyle in New York. Pronouns are he, him, and it's a little bit about prayer. So welcome to the show, Kyle. How can we help?
Hi, I have a question about prayer. You see, I used to, a couple of years ago, I used to, really pray a lot, and I told myself, I can't take this depression anymore. I'm going to really follow what Jesus says, to pray and not lose heart, follow the parable of the persistent widow. And I tried that, I tried praying for 23 days, for a long time. I went the longest, I kept praying and praying and praying. And then on the 23rd day, I prayed for God. I kept praying for God to speak to me, to say my name, say something. And, I did. I woke up and I heard Kyle, right? And I had other times, I kept praying and praying and praying for him to heal me. And, I prayed for him to heal me. And then I woke up hearing a voice saying, I'm healing you audibly. A lot of people would say, oh, you're schizophrenic, you're hallucinating. But people in the Bible heard voices and, hearing voice. I to make this even more realistic, when I was a little kid, I was on FaceTime with my cousin, and all of a sudden, the camera the FaceTime camera froze, and a spirit actually. I can even, if you want to see it, I could email it to you. It's a real picture.
How do you know it's a spirit?
Well, because I was alone in the room, and all of a sudden the camera the FaceTime froze, and a red guy with black eyes, very scary looking, appeared. And I have the picture till this day, so I know that.
How do you know it's a spirit?
How do I know? Oh, I mean, it wasn't there in the room. Well, I didn't see it in the well because it's obviously it was on the picture, and I didn't and what else?
How do you know it's a spirit?
It couldn't have been.
And this is your absolute last chance. How do you know it's a spirit?
I don't know what it was. Let me just say that.
Correct. You don't know what it was. So why did you claim it was a spirit and then try twice to explain what it was when the truth is you don't know what it was? Why did you do that?
I've seen. Well,
why the fuck did you do that? I'm asking you why you did that.
Why I did what? I'm sorry.
Why you lied?
I thought it was. No, I didn't lie.
You did lie. You did lie. You claimed it was a spirit. Kyle, stop. You claimed it was a spirit. I asked you how you knew it was a spirit, and you tried to offer an explanation. I asked you again how you knew. You tried to offer an explanation. I asked you again, and then you said you don't know what it was. Kyle, shut up. Stop interrupting me. I let you talk. Now, when we finally get to you don't know what it was, all I asked you was, why did you try to pretend like you knew what it was when you didn't? There's a reason I'm asking this question.
Well, what else could it have been? Because I didn't see it.
That is a fallacious argument, Kyle. I didn't ask you for any explanation about what it was. I said, why did you pretend to know what it was when you know you didn't know what it was?
I just thought that's what it was. That's all I have to say. But back to what I was trying to say. So I kept praying, right, and kept praying and praying and praying, and I know demons exist from my personal experience because I've seen them, and I have I believe.
How do you know? How do you know?
How do I know what?
How do you know demons exist?
Well, I've seen them with my eyes.
How do you know? How do you know that what you saw was a demon?
Well, because it was evil looking, and the definition of a demon is an evil spirit.
No. So stop, Kyle. I don't even believe you're for real now. You know it was a demon because it was evil looking. Evil looking isn't a thing. And where did you get this idea that demons are evil looking, or what is evil looking? I mean, you're just making shit up now, Kyle.
Yeah. But the thing that really got me angry was I prayed and prayed and prayed, and then for healing, because I have some problems, and I prayed for God to heal me. And while I woke up, like I said, and I heard a voice saying, "I'm healing you." And it's been 4 years. Then I gave up on prayer because I didn't see anything happening. But I kind of get this feeling. I'm angry at God because He just doesn't he hasn't healed me after I've prayed and I heard a voice telling me I'm going to be healed. And it makes me so mad. I'm like, is it because I don't have, is it because I didn't have strong faith? I mean, I know Matt was once a Christian, so I mean, what would he say? I mean, if a voice told him, that he's going to be healed, and would he kept praying even after not seeing any healing? I mean, what is it? What do you think? What does he think? Hello? Hello?
I don't know what it is you're asking. I gave up praying a long time ago when it became clear that there's no good reason to think that it works. I don't sit around and pray.
I know it's a pain. It's a pain. It's a pain in the ass.
Wow. Never mind, Kyle. You just go ahead and keep talking.
Yeah, no, I'm just frustrated. I just don't understand because all these Christians say that prayer works. It does miracles. It does wonders. But I mean, I've had experience, like I've said, that that made me feel like God is there, and sometimes I feel like he's really real, and he's just not. He's enjoying seeing my suffering, and I don't know. It's like I'm scared that there's nothing. I mean, even though I've had all these experiences, I'm still scared. I'm not convinced that there is something after death. It feels like I'm living in the middle of nowhere. And I feel like I'm hopeless. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn to. I look to science if they're going to create something that will keep humans living forever. I look to, to something called cryogenics, right? But I just feel like, if there's no God and if there's no hope, what's the point? Where's the meaning of life? I mean, what do I do? Keep praying? Follow the instruction of Jesus and pray? And I mean, it's hard to be perfect. He wants you to be perfect. He wants you, not to lie, not to steal.
Kyle, could I interrupt, Kyle?
Stop talking.
Yeah,
Kyle, would I?
Go ahead.
I would like to get a word in edgewise here. First of all, have you really examined which God you were praying to? How many different gods have you tried?
Jesus Christ, and the God of the Bible, God of Israel.
Okay, I see. Well, what if you were Jewish? Would that be the same God if you were praying as a Jew to a God for healing?
Oh, it'll be the Father. It would be the Father. It'll be a different God. It'll be God the Father, the Creator.
A different God.
That would be,
Okay,
yeah,
and if you're a Muslim with this same pain, you would be praying to Allah. Isn't that the same God that the Jews have and the Christians have?
Not sure. I don't know.
Right.
There's
you could decide which God you want to pray to, but if that one's not working, and I wonder why you've not tried other gods. What stops you from trying other gods?
Well, because I get this thought in my head: if a God really cared out there, he would have helped anyway, right?
Okay. The second thing I'd like to ask is, you sound like you've got some existential concerns, which is normal for a human being. Most of us are concerned about dying someday, and we're all going to die. So have you seen a therapist to talk about your existential concerns, a licensed mental health therapist?
No, because they would probably think I'm crazy and put me on pills and lock me up. So.
Well, so in other words, you don't know what your mental condition is, whether it's something that needs treated or not. That's what you're telling me. And because you don't know. And so if you have a pain inside your body and you ignore it for long enough, and it gets worse and worse.
I feel.
Kyle, please stop talking and listen to Dr. Ray. He's saying if you had a pain in your body and ignored it. Instead of trying to jump on things, listen, because he's trying to help you.
I've been to doctors.
Oh, shut the fuck up and listen, or I'm dropping you. Go ahead.
So I'm just asking, if you had this pain and it was in your body, you would go to a doctor and you'd get a diagnosis. You would be the worst person to diagnose. Why am I having this pain? We're pretty bad at diagnosing our own bodies. I'm saying the same thing about diagnosing our mental condition. We're pretty bad at diagnosing our mental condition. I would hope you have some understanding of medical science And I hope you've been to a doctor. I hope you probably had antibiotics or some other treatment that kept you healthy. Am I correct? Have you had antibiotics or some treatment that kept you healthy from a medical doctor?
Well, I'm more of a natural approach, so I wouldn't really.
That wasn't my question.
Really,
have you been to a medical doctor who treated you for
yeah,
something?
Yeah, in the past.
And did they treat you and help you get over whatever the ailment was?
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, okay. And all I'm saying is, mental health is the same way. And from some of the things you've just described to us, it sounds to me like you would benefit from talking to someone who understands the ins and outs, the nuances of mental health. Now, you prayed and you prayed and you prayed. You got no answer. I'm going to suggest if you went to it.
I did.
Oh, it took you 23 days to get an answer or something like that.
No, I prayed for like 23 days. And then on the 23rd day, I heard a voice call my name. It sounded like Jesus Christ, not God, not a demon.
How do you know what Jesus Christ sounds like?
Well, the feeling of his voice was so powerful that it made me feel like, I don't know for sure, but I felt.
You don't know for sure. You just keep making stuff up, Kyle. You claim that after 23 days, you heard a voice say your name, and that voice sounds like Jesus. And then when pushed, you're like, well, I don't know what Jesus sounds like. So, I mean, this is like a sketch out of Blackadder, where you're talking about how the stone of Galveston is bluer than the eyes of the Infanta when you've never seen either one of them. So you heard a voice in your head and you're convinced it's Jesus. What did that voice tell you?
It just said my name in a very nice way.
That seems like a completely useless thing for an all-powerful being to do, doesn't it? To make you wait 23 days and then just say your name and stop.
I personally, I don't want to believe that God is cruel. I mean, my hope is.
Okay, Kyle, I'm dropping this call. It doesn't matter what you want to believe. It matters what there's evidence for. And if you can't decide that you care enough about the truth, if you can't decide you care enough about your mental health to go seek out expertise on that, if you don't care enough about the truth to say, hey, it just doesn't make sense that I wait 23 days and all I got was my name. Instead, I'm going to keep believing something because that's what I want. I don't care what you want. I'm sorry that you can't get past that and care about the truth. Someday, I hope you do.
I'd like to suggest you go look up religious OCD, because what you've described sounds like the symptoms of religious OCD or something close. You may find something to act upon there.